have with higher powers lends itself to, or lends them into our capability. So when you were firing a bow that was, as you say, better, one that you were more in touch with, that was quite literal.
Right.
It was literal in the sense of there's a creature out there that held ownership over your soul, and they were enacting their presence through the weapon.
Okay.
So imagine if, say, your bow, or I suppose it was, had your soul. That's why you're more in line with it. Why you could use not merely your physical acumen, but also your force of will.
Okay.
Now, as I was saying, you might not be particularly satisfied with the answer I'm going to give you, and that's because the reason you don't have that anymore is because nothing has ownership over your soul any longer. Which means, controversially, there is no weapon. She just points at your bow. That is in line with you.
It's kind of a good and a bad thing at the same time. Bad because you lose creature comforts. Good because don't have ownership of soul. Oh, that guy's definitely gonna be pissed off. That's something I have to deal with later.
Devils don't like losing their gambles. That's a pretty common fact.
Yeah, that's... Anyways, I'll worry about that when we're not worrying about other more pressing current matters. Do you know of any ways to, like, mimic that, perhaps? Maybe, like, arcanely, or...
Old craft.
Right.
That would be the first one that jumps to my mind.
Makes
Although,
sense.
it would be a bit different of a different case for you. Or for what you're trying to attempt, at the very least. Because what you would be essentially doing is breaking off a piece of your soul and putting it into a weapon. For better or worse.
Isn't that kind of what Varric does with the... She points out, like, the band that he gave her?
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense of it is an extension for his magical capability. No, in the sense of he shattered off a piece of his soul. It's not shattered. It's loaned.
Just kind of tilts her
Extended.
head to the side.
How I put this? She looks around for stuff. Realizes that this entire environment is made of shards and everything. Realizes how futile of an effort that is.
What you looking for?
Oh. She goes over to... It's not a writer's kit, because that makes it sound like a lot more extensive and elaborate and thorough. Right. It's not a writer's kit. It's more equivalent to like a pencil pouch, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a traveler's
like
pencil pouch.
And things.
Exactly. She goes over to that.
Tiny pair of scissors.
No scissors. And she goes over to that and, grabs some quotes from it. And just sort of bundles them together to form like a bouquet of sorts. Like just a little bundle of feathers. So imagine this were your soul. All intact and normal.
Mm-hmm.
What you would be doing, if you follow through with the idea, she just pulls one off and just sets it aside. Is that rather simple, right? You break off a piece and put it in something else.
Okay.
In fact, here, she pulls out an inkwell and just sticks the pen in it. There. Put it in something else.
Very visual example, alright. Following along.
She pulls it out, prestidigitates the ink off, and then puts it back with the rest of them.
Is it like
what
just
Varric
black ink,
does,
or is it also like silver ink, because everything else around here is chrome?
The thing... Well, it's her inkwell. It's not like a inkwell from the environment. Yeah.
Anyways.
She has different colored inks, but this one is a black inkwell. So yeah, she pulls it out, coins it up with prestidigitation, and puts it back to the rest of them. What Varric does is, and she just gets a feather on the opposing side. So say there's like 5 coils. She gets in a feather on the opposing front of it, and then just pulls it down, but not out. So it forms a sort of right angle perpendicular like shape of 4 feathers and 1 feather. Is an extension. It can go further than the rest of it, but it's not broken off. It's not independent. It can't be manipulated. That's why some of the capabilities Varric has don't work super far out. And more importantly, that's why they fizzle at a certain point. You note that the apparatuses he gives us go away eventually. In fact, they're probably going to fade soon enough by the end of this evening. Unless he rekindles them. It's like that. Versus what you would have to pursue, she pulls out the perpendicular feather and again places it aside, is that. It is out there, it is independent, it is ongoing, whether you wish it to or not.
Is that how you make like a sentient weapon? I've heard about those in stories.
Yes and no. Definitely on the right avenue. Sentient weaponry usually has more than just 1/5. She just holds up the 4 feathers.
Right.
Or rather, the one that is gone is far bigger. That's the story of Vanitas, at the very least. Sentient weaponry has a soul or a fragment of a soul in it. Our souls are avenues of memory, personality, magic. So if I were to say, by some divine power, get rid of your soul from you right now. Put someone else in your body. They would have the same brain, the same mind, same capabilities, but it'd be a different person. The person would have different memories. The memories might alter the capabilities. It wouldn't be you.
Right.
Even if they had your memories.
Well, what about, like, reflexes or, like, just muscle memory and things like that? Does that stay or does that go?
Depends. Depends on how much, if I were the one doing this, how much I want to keep. I know of one story where it's a strain of vampires that can do something like that. They make bodies, each one with different capabilities, and then whenever one of them perishes, they just sort of flitter on into the next vessel. And that vessel has its own muscle memories and reflexes and things of that nature.
That sounds like a very powerful system they have in play.
Oh yes, I hope we never run into them. Sounds like a pain. That being said, nothing that absolute annihilation from a radiant source wouldn't solve, I'm sure.
That'll be good. So, if I wanted to pursue either one of those avenues, would you be able to assist, or am I just kind of trying to find my own methods in the madness?
If you want to pursue a method like Varric's, I would suggest talking with Varric.
Fair.
If you want to pursue old craft, which I would say is rather difficult for a mortal, I wouldn't be the source for that. I don't really know who you'd be able to talk to. Maybe Catalina. Or Connor, or Mother or Father, or you might be able to ask Vanitas. She is quite the byproduct of the old craft, quite literally. She has a very fragmented history.
Looks around at the town of shards. It's like, I'm rubbing off on you with terrible jokes, aren't I? No, wait, you did this before.
No, I mean that in a quite literal sense, I'm afraid. Vanadis, our restored lady here, used to be one very old, very powerful fae. But she made the wrong moves and infuriated a lot of other fairies. So they broke her down.
Ouch.
Literally. They embedded parts of her soul into different fragments and scattered them. Eventually, one found the right sort of person. Another found the wrong sorts of people. Both grew in power, found other shards, other remnants of the original soul, each of them growing in power, and then they conflicted, and one won. The one that won is the one we have now. The more benevolent one, if my stories are correct.
Rose looks like she wants to, like, ask more about the non-benevolent one, but it's like, actually, no, I don't want to know. I'm cool with not.
I'll put it simply, when you're an immortal being stuck in a fragment of a weapon for a very, very, very long time, insanity and rage fester.
So how come it didn't overtake Vanadis, then?
Well, it did, technically. The other one was a Vanadis as well. Although, I suppose it didn't have the name Vanadis. Why it didn't for that shard in particular, I don't know. You'd have to ask her.
Well, I suppose that worked out for most everyone involved.
I did. I think it's one of his most favorite things for the people involved with that. One of his most favorite accolades of them. I wonder what this place must have looked like a mere 20, 30 years ago.
Probably less orderly.
Maybe.
Jagged.
Maybe. Regardless, no point in talking about it now. Now it's the town of Shards.
Aha! And
So.
for the semi-recent future, at the very least, it's gonna stay that way?
I imagine it will.
Yeah.
Those two shards are powerful in their own rights. When put together, I have no doubt Vanadis, our restored lady, now can fend off any foe that's not on, how to say, the upper leagues.
That's good. Also explained earlier. I might have to.
Who knows? Maybe Ruhan can ask her for help about Onibaba. Although I'm not sure, really. I've never heard of her leaving here.
Well, she doesn't have to leave to be of assistance.
No,
Also-
but she does know some very powerful people. Maybe she could ask them in our stead. Everyone's eye twitches.
Which one?
The,
Which one?
the normal one, the normal one, or the Mad Sucker Sylvia one? That's a question. But yeah,
Probably the Sylvia one.
He just like rubs his eye absentmindedly.
That would track. That would track. I don't know. Something to ponder. Regardless, it's not like she's leaving anytime soon, so we can always come back.
Yeah, true. Assuming we survive.
Assuming.
So,
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Suppose not. Or at least give me direction. Is there anything I could help you with?
Not in particular right now. I have a lot to think about.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you just want to, like, get it off your chest, I'm listening. I like to think
Not exactly
we're better
something
friends than
I can
before.
air any more than that's already been aired.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
Yeah.
She just goes
We'll
back to
figure it
writing.
out. You'll figure it out. Anyhow. Do I want to talk about... No, I think Rose is just gonna take that advice and sleep on it. At least until Fia gets up, and then she's gonna be there for moral support while she gets put up by a bird.
Thank you. I appreciate it. More than you know.
Anyway. She's cool. She has some stuff to think about.
Thank God for the event. I should have one vote. Oh wait, Bolstrom, but get the shit out of here. But she does it again, so it's the same thing.
A whole 23 as opposed to 9.
That's 24, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, oh, the boy. Boy cannot.
He was so close. Actually, no, even
close.
with a natural 20, he couldn't beat it.
Yeah, but the guidance might have given him the edge he needed. But yeah, oh well. That's something. Varric eventually does return with Catalina, and you know, that's crazy, man. That's wild. That's crazy. Oh, but eventually, Fia, you're well, I say you're first up. Not that it really means anything, considering Ruhan is reading, so I guess he never really slept. Do you even need to like sleep, Ruhan? I think because you're not really missing any health, and I think you just get that. Oh wait, shit, wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I know you get all your stuff back on a short rest anyways, which that's you're not missing a hit dice.
Two things on a long rest that it would need to.
Lucky,
which is Lucky and Giant's Might.
Right.
Which are both sitting at 1 each.
Oof.
So yes.
Okay, double checking. And I was also double checking this. Hero's Feast is not until the end of the next long rest, it just says 24 hours flat. So you guys are still technically benefiting from it.
Hit that. Maximize time, hit the 6, get up and immediately start reading.
Yeah, so I said, so you're probably grabbing a long rest at, like, as Fia's unentrancing, I guess. Untrancing?
Untrancing?
Distrance,
yeah.
Whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
Leaving your trance state.
Transiting.
Just blinking a couple,
Transiting. Oh my god.
Transiting.
Okay.
God. Sounds like some sort of weird train line thing.
The train to Trance Town.
Yeah.
It's right before Funky Town, though. So, you leave your trance. And, you know, everyone else is, you know, grabbing some shut-eye. Which is a bit hard to do, given that the environment itself is constantly not glowing, but it's lit, and you know you guys are under eternal twilight skies. Definitely messes with the circadian rhythm. Not that you would know because you don't sleep.
Yeah, just looking around, be like, I have no idea what time of day it is.
Yeah, Catalina is awake, as is your guys' favorite Birdman. He's also your least favorite Birdman.
Yeah, it's he could be two things at once. Yeah.
As the only Birdman you guys know, he is all categorizations at once. Yeah, and you know,
achievement.
he's just sitting at. Oh, you know, I can describe the pose. You know in Skyrim, when you get recruited by the Dark Brotherhood, I guess not recruited, but when you first get kidnapped by the Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And then Astrid's sitting on like a bookshelf, like really lazily, like a.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, that's what he's doing on like a windowsill.
Oh god, he's even got the.
Yeah, and if you played Mad World in the background, you know it would fit the music.
Oh my god! All around me are familiar faces. Kill me now, please. Kill me now.
I'm tempted to play it.
Copyright.
It's kind of funny.
But kind of sad.
Extremely sad. Please make him leave.
You know what's funny? My sister actually did a rendition of that for my wedding.
Oh.
Huh.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
She tried to deliver a certain message.
She played it in a different key, so it didn't have that
Right.
ominous
Really?
overbearing tone. It was really good.
Instead of being in a minor, it's in like a whatever the other one is.
Okay, that's interesting. Is it really that simple to make a song less sad sounding? Just playing a different.
Oh
key?
my gosh, yes.
Oh, yes.
It's
You
really
can
easy to
change
make
the
a
song
song.
very easily.
Yeah, it's very
okay,
easy
fair
to change
enough.
a song to sad and creepy by just like
Yeah,
dropping.
I'll send you a link. There's
So,
even
yeah,
Alex
actually.
Mukala.
I'm curious.
Yeah, I think I've seen a
He
bit.
redoes them all
Yeah,
in
I
freaking like
remember.
funk sound. It's hilarious.
Interesting.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
One Wing
I
Angel,
remember.
but it's funky.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember. You know Bill Bailey.
Yeah, Bill Bailey.
Yeah, he did a really good video that I think it was like a Gothic Happy Birthday one or something, and it was so good. Oh, let me see if I can find it. It was so funny.
Gothic Happy Birthday song, Bill Bailey. I love Bill Bailey. He's an icon.
He's good. He's good. I saw him live once.
Oh,
It
wait.
was pretty good.
Oh really?
My brother
Oh,
screamed
I
at
love
him. Yeah, my brother screamed at him, and it was his 15 minutes of fame.
People are like, whoa, look at that
I
guy.
can't
He
find it.
screamed.
Wait, Bill Bailey alternate birthday song maybe?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I think it's a pretty long-winded video. Is the only thing. So he does a couple.
Okay,
of ones,
it's
but-
not this one then.
Yeah.
So
It's like a cut out from a set. But anyway, yes.
Hades, that's fucking nice. God, that shirt really. That shirt is like,
Linkin
yeah,
Park.
he knows funk. When he has that shirt, you know the guy.
Oh, yeah. He's got the Fernando buttons open.
Yep. So yeah. Anyways, you unfortunately go over to Gordon.
Yeah, I'm just like taking a few deep breaths. Like, you could do this. You could do this. You could do this.
Or just pat you on the back, it's like, you got this.
Okay,
I'll
I can
be
do this.
way over here.
Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue.
You say this out loud.
Over I go. No.
Okay.
Maybe no. You might not teach me stuff then.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just go over.
You got a 2 on that. You got a 2.
Let's go.
So you go over to him.
Yeah, I'm just sort of looking up at the window. Is he upper floor or is he eye level?
He has to be brooding somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to be up high.
No, I was gonna say he's eye level, but Garth is right. He needs to be higher up and brooding.
Yeah. You've got to have height.
No. So you guys are in town hall, and you go find him, and he's at the bell tower center of town hall, at where like the window where the bell is, like 3 stories above you, and you're walking up the stairs going towards him.
Oh, just like walking up, going. I should work on my cardio. Yeah, okay. I'll just
Easier
sort
if
of...
you're a bird.
I
Trust
imagine
me.
so. Hey, I'm wondering. You remember saying that you could show me some stuff, maybe, possibly, or
Mine.
to fight better? I guess you were pretty good at trying to kill me, so you know.
Thanks for the compliment. But yeah. You have a long ways to go, but you gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. Yep, I guess I am pretty new.
So, where do I begin? He unleans from the windowsill and looks down at you. Legs sort of dangling over the edge.
Just kind of shrug, like, I don't know.
Do I start with
Beginning?
some?
Hmm?
Well, let me ask you this: do you want more physical things, or do you want more magical things? There's a fine line to dance there.
Kissing Garth's names.
Providing both.
Yeah. Poorly. Yep. Well, I've probably got the magic part covered, like, really? Suppose physical? I mean, I didn't really stand much chance when I was just a blade, so...
Alright. You want to get more physical? I get it. He becomes a flock of birds and flies down to your level. He reapparates and he recoalesces into his singular form, like 2 inches in front of your face.
Oh, hi there. Just, take a step back.
Just